Friday Night Fever with Mike Ludlam.
Good evening, everyone. The NMU hockey team, the Lake Superior State hockey team. Yes, it's a UP rivalry at the Barrie Event Center. Both teams trying to move up in the WCHA. Let's go to the Barrie and see how things would develop. We'll pick up the action in the first period. Whoosh, Mitch Jones puts one home, and NMU would jump out to a 2-0 lead. However, the Lakers have something to say about that. Michael Nardi, no. Gus Coriel, yes, off the rebound, and we are tied at 2. To the second period, Northern trailing 3-2. Eric Higby, the Shane Sooth. Stefan Vijay will tap it in for his 13th of the campaign. We're knotted at 3, but the Lakers were not done. Matthias Dahlstrom is going to make the stop here as he comes out and challenges the shooter very nicely. He had 33 saves on the night, but a defensive breakdown. Ian Miller around the back of the net. Mitchell Nardi scores, and Lake Superior State goes on to win 5-3. Wildcats head coach Walt Kyle says his team needs to learn how to close out games.
We got to tighten our game down. I mean, you know, early the first half of the year, that was kind of our trademark. We were solid defensively. We were good in our checking schemes. We were doing things well, and really, I mean, you know, we've been in and out of that of late, and it's, you know, it's a little bit of a mystery.
That's part of being sloppy, and when you're losing, you lose your confidence, and you get sloppy, and then you get, you know, stuff goes downhill. So we just gotta shore up the little things, and then I think eventually, you know, it'll start coming back.
With the loss, the Wildcats fall into 9th place in the WCHA. The two teams face off again tomorrow night at 7:07. Meanwhile, up in Houghton, Michigan Tech and Alaska. And we will pick this up in the first period after Tech did not get a goal there. For the Nanooks, Nolan Heismans scores off the Michael Quinn blast at 15:33. It's 1-0. That's a power play goal. Less than a minute later, Tech's on the power play, and David Johnstone puts one home, his 9th, tied at 1 after 20 minutes. To the second, Alaska, Garrick Perry, that makes it 2-1, Fairbanks, Alaska. Then, even strength again, Josh Erickson. My goodness gracious, slow down, Fairbanks. It's 3-1. Then Tech comes back, Blake Hedela makes it 3-2, Alaska still in front, but another power play goal. Cody Kunik, I should say, gets his 16th and his 17th of the year. And Alaska, the Nanooks go on to win 7-3, 3 power play goals. Mel Pearson not pleased.
As much as, like I said, you come off a game like the Huntsville, and you know, as coaches, you know what you're in for. And sometimes it's hard to translate that to the players. But give Alaska credit. They skated, they worked hard, they were the desperate team, and they played with some urgency tonight.
Yeah, I think throughout a season, you know, you got to ride the highs and lows, and I think we didn't do a very good job of that. Kind of sat back after 4 wins and a pretty successful weekend. Yeah, I think the preparation definitely wasn't there, and like I said, right from the get-go, they outcompeted us. So.
And we will see whether Michigan Tech can stay in 3rd place in the standings. It's looking kind of doubtful on the board. Ferris State beat Bemidji State 4-1. Minnesota State blanked Alabama Huntsville 4-0. Bowling Green and Anchorage are in progress. Bowling Green a 1-0 lead in the first. Also in college hockey, Finlandia scores in overtime to defeat Lawrence 4-3. And in Minnesota junior hockey, the Marquette Royals a big win over Wisconsin 9-2. High school hockey, Escanaba visiting Calumet. You're going to look near the blue line. The center of your screen will be Derek Shaler of Escanaba. He scores right there. He had a goal and 2 helpers. Levi Wonder had 2 goals. And for the first time since 1999, Escanaba wins at the Calumet Coliseum. Eskimos 4, Copper Kings 1. To the high school hockey scoreboard, Hancock easily defeated Kingsford 8-0, and it was the Sioux over Alpena 3-1. Turning to boys high school basketball, it's Escanaba on the block against Houghton, and Brandon Robinette gets the Eskimos going with the first bucket of the game. Ben Clare to Nate Gockenbach, yes, and the Gremlins are on the board. Tyler Skufka for 3, that finds all net. End of the first, Eskimos lead 9-7. So things get going a little better in the second quarter. Ben Kleiman will get the ball ahead to Jamie Hilton. He will line the 3 up and bury that one. Gremlins sophomore Justin Rutzla will block the shot. He will get the ball down court to Iro Niemela, who puts it up and in. This game will go into overtime before Escanaba won 66-54. Meanwhile, Ishpeming, Todd Kangas, the Manistee coach, can just shake his head because it's been one of those seasons. Off the miss for Ishpeming, Alex Briones will get the steal, and a nice pass to Bobby Zolke for the layup. And Ishpeming led by 25 or more at that point in the second quarter. Dylan Strasser, a nice looking three-pointer here. He had 6 against Gwinn a few nights ago, but it wasn't going to be enough on this night. Again for the Emeralds, Tony Floyd to Jordan Turan, as in Turan. He puts that one in, but Ishpeming would get a bucket here from Mitch Lauren, and they cruise to the victory 86-38. On the scoreboard, a busy one. Gladstone 5 better than Menominee. Maroons having trouble at the free throw line. Lance over West Iron 62-40. Alex Almquist had 20 points for Hancock, downing Ontonagon 52-35. Baraga over Uintral Creek 53-47. Lake Linden-Hubbell 67, Jeffers 43. Everybody scores at least 4 points for Wakefield Marinisco in the easy win over Mercer 91-55. Hurley 8 better than Bessemer 56-48. Ironwood no trouble with Butternut 62-24. Forest Park 83, Bark River Harris 43. Keenan Lampinen pours in 31, and Carney-Nadeau needed each one of them to hold off North Dickinson 55-54. Mid-Peninsula 20 from Evan Winkelbauer, 20 from Chad Brandstrom. Beats Rapid River 73-44. Jake Pearson had 20 for the Rockets. Gage Kresge 23. St. Ignace rolls past Newberry 74-25. It was Pickford 61, Engadine 43. And Sault Ste. Marie defeated Rudyard 83-39. Detour gets 22 points and 14 rebounds from Shane Bone to get past Detour 50-37. Big Bay Denok over Stephenson 65-43. Westwood in a makeup game gets past Norway 44-35. It was Dollar Bay 48, Chassel 34. Niagara beats Coleman 43-32. And Marquette bounces back to defeat Kingsford 71-32. One more score, thank you. Hannahville over Mackinac Island 33-27. Girls basketball when we come back. Girls high school basketball, let's go to Calumet because Ontonagon coach Dick Franti was looking for his 500th win tonight against the Copper Kings. Unfortunately, Calumet was in no mood for anything that resembled a party. Caitlin Durf will get the 2 points here for the Copper Kings in the fourth quarter. Gladiators looking to get some offense going. Brooke Treen to Abby Dimitrovich. That shot would not go. And Linnea Berg would eventually find Janie Torla for 2. And Calumet had an easy night, winning this one 60-16. Mr. Franti gets to try again Monday against Chassel in Ontonagon. Meanwhile, Mid-Peninsula Conference game, Westwood at Negaunee, first quarter action. Elizabeth Dufenau Van Buren to Heather Salmi, and the Patriots are on the board first. Negaunee gets on the board about a minute or so later. Alita Johnson somehow eludes the defense and hits the shot. She had 13 for 2. Westwood still in front. Gabby Hebert, block. Can you get 2 people to block one shot? But Rosalie Anderson and Courtney Finnell assured made a good effort at that. Short time later, Dufenau Van Buren the steal and the layup. She had 20 points, 6-2 Westwood. Courtney Klickner will get the hoop and the harm here for Negaunee, but Westwood will pull out the victory by the count of 46-43. On the girls' board, the border battle, street sign battle, Kingsford over Iron Mountain 48-22. Wakefield 10 better than Mercer. It was Ironwood 44, Butternut 23. Taylor Bryant poured in 25. Newberry down Cedarville 62-43. Tiffany Wangren had 26 points. Sister Tori had 18 points and 12 rebounds. Stephenson over Big Bay Denok 75-28. Morgan Wells 26 points and 15 rebounds. Jets get past the Rockets 55-28. And Mackinac Island over Hannahville 38-30. Let's go to the UP diving finals. And you're saying hello to junior Lauren Jackson of Houghton. A somersault with a half twist. She ended up taking first place with just under 167 points. In second place, Westwood senior Maya Manica will get 26.5 points with this dive. And Marquette Junior Pearson Kimmis was in third, and she will have the next dive coming up right here. Obviously a back dive. Now let's go to the boys, where it was real simple. You just say Sault Ste. Marie, Sault Ste. Marie, and Sault Ste. Marie. Levi Furr with a first place finish. He had about 187 points. Junior Kyle Flickinger was second, and teammate Eric Finley was third. The swimming portion takes over tomorrow morning. On the medal count quickly, Norway and the United States tied with 13, Netherlands and Russia tied with 12. We will be right back.